Hey guys, it's Connor Steele again, and I changed the recording a bit, so I might sound better, I might sound worse. We'll see here. Got some nice background music once again, like always. So, Chris and I were working earlier on getting quite a bit of the blueprints moved over, the logic for the blueprints moved over into the third-person game mode. So Connor, Alvin, this is pretty similar to the Unity game controller empty class, but in Unreal, there's game modes, and they are preset when you make one. They're all instantiated. They will have a parent game mode basically, and they're all childs of that. So this is completely empty to begin with. So Chris helped move all this code over. All this code was basically in the player class before, and we're going to try to keep it so all the battle starting and stopping just happens in the player, in the game mode rather. And I just finished doing this. I finished moving the Slime Start battle code. And Chris, I figured out that if you want a reference to self for this, whoever calls this event, you can just add another actor. And then, sorry, they got too many tabs over here. Right here where this gets called, the Slime Start battle, this is in a slime blueprint, I pass a reference to self in. That way, it's super easy. Whenever this gets called, just to get a good reference to the self. I did notice that these custom events have pass by reference, and you can enable that, but we have it disabled, and it honestly kind of seems like it is maybe passing by reference. I could be completely wrong, but things seem to be working, referencing the instance of the slime and whatnot that we're dealing with. So there's some other stuff that I learned that's very helpful too. You can create arrays really easy. Let's go variable, call this like player array. This is just a demo, we're not actually going to use this for anything. So go over here, just make this actor. I just want to see something here. Okay, so yeah, you can actually even get more specific. So I'll just actually make this an array of enemy slimes and object references. So this is a singular reference right now, and I know it's called player array. We'll change that here. This is just temporary, so you get the idea. So if we, right here in hover, you can see it says left click to select the variable's pin type, and right click to toggle as an array. So if you do that, you'll see that it changes to this grid, and that is literally it. And you can now, I'm going to delete this. Battling slimes is actually the same exact thing that I was just showing you. It's an array of enemy slimes, and I don't have anything set up by default, but what you can do is you can just go drag and get battling slime, and then you have to just drag off it, hit add, and then you literally can just, what I'm doing is I'm getting this custom event, I'm getting the slime reference, and I'm just casting it to the enemy slime, and I'm adding that reference to the array of battling slimes. So this way, when a slime enters battle, it tells the game mode, basically the game controller, that insert myself into the array. And when we later on port over the in battle system, hopefully it's easy enough to find ourself in the array and remove ourself from the array. Otherwise, we might want to attach an index to the slimes, so that way when we remove them from the battling slime array, it's easy. But I'm sure that Unreal has some very good way to support this. So let me just delete this for now. I'm going to compile. Let me just show everything's running here. Okay. Drag this away for now. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what happens here when we run into multiple slimes right now. So I'm just going to show you that the slimes are going to get added to the array. So it's also going to print the debug log up here. Run up, the slimes only enter into battle when they actually can see you. So right now the only person in battle is the player. So Go up, slime added to array. I didn't check down here, but this probably fired. So let me just pop this slime. Game's too hard already, guys. Alright. Oh. Well, that was interesting. Let me just show you. So slime added to the array, and then if we go over here, I couldn't see it, and I honestly don't see these events firing right now, so I'm gonna restart this. Well, I don't know why, honestly, it's not firing down here, but I'm gonna see if any of this stuff is firing for the player when he enters battle. Well, it looks like none of it's firing, but honestly, it's working. It's working right now. It might have to do with the fact that we're not passing it by reference right now. I'm just gonna turn those two on, compile. No errors, so let's see if this is, let's see if it updates now. Alright, I didn't see anything fire, so I'll undo this. Yeah, I honestly am not too sure about that. There's some other stuff that's pretty interesting that I noticed from my research that I've done. You can right click and just get all actors of class, and you can literally just say, oh, I want all of this kind of enemy. So I don't know, this might be useful because you could, you know, just for each loop, and then you can just check, you know, you can see if the enemy is in battle, possibly, and then just add them to battle. I don't think this will be super useful because this specifically tells you that this is a slow operation. Use it with caution because it's slow. But I just wanted to show you guys this because this could potentially be super useful. I'm trying to think about what else needs to be shown. Okay, if you you make an array. Also, Connor Alvin, if you're watching this, you can click these and to turn the arrays or whatever variable you have, public or not. If you cannot add to your array when you just go get and you do one of these add guys, the reason for that is because it's not instance editable. So if we go here and compile, oh wow, normally that didn't work. I had to turn this on before, so because of it was actually giving me errors. I'm gonna see. Slime added to the array. Huh. That's kind of weird, but at least we got that log that may be important or not. I honestly cannot tell you because it's working now, but it was not even working remotely earlier. Unless I turned it on that way. So I'm just going to, whether this variable is publicly editable on instances of this blueprint. Well, I guess that makes sense. That you wouldn't need this to be editable on instances since it's just wait, what? Okay, because we're not instantiating. I guess we are instantiating, but everything we're adding is done inside of this class, so that should be fine. So, moving forward from here, we still need to have a queue of some sort, and it's nice that we have these battling slimes. If we figure out inheritance, we can just have battling enemies, and then add enemies into this, and for each loop through it, and then you would just cast each actor that's in there, and you know, if the cast succeeds, run through with the logic for that enemy. You know, you would basically just have this, because I'm pretty sure you can just go cast to player character. So basically, if the cast failed on the, you know, it's not this, go test this one. Are you this? So that way you can check to see. You can have an array just full of actors, and you can just run through it, and you can check if the cast succeeds. You carry out the logic. If the casting fails, check the next class because it's going to be one of the classes if it's in this array. So that's a good way, I think, to Just have it battling enemies full of enemy actor classes, and just handle the logic out that way. So we still need to get the battling system set up, but I think that using these arrays and adding the slimes to the arrays is already a step in the right direction. I probably won't do any more work tonight, but I just wanted to let you guys know some of the stuff that got tweaked in the latest version of the game, and how arrays could definitely benefit us. Well, blueprint arrays, because obviously we want to use arrays in our game. Thanks for watching this video, guys.